Hey everyone, you're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and here's today's comic. Wonder Comics. Naomi, number 3. 10 out of 10. Newsrama. Good lord. Remember the last issue was called Truth? There ain't no truth in that. Jesus, 10 out of 10. That's like Watchmen. this is not Watchmen. Oh boy, secrets revealed. So, can I focus? There we go. Just tell me, who am I? By Bendis, Walker, and Campbell. This is the 3rd issue, obviously number 3. I have to say right up front, this comic has been getting better with each issue. I'm kind of surprised. This is the best issue yet. It was actually pretty good. There's some faults, so let's go over that. What is this nonsense? A teenage girl's journey to becoming a badass anti-hero. What? Lauren Miracle. Oh, Lauren Miracle. That just sounds like a pole dancer's name. Under the Moon, a Catwoman tale. What? Do we need graphic novels like this for young adults? This is not young adult stuff. This is what we think kids... This is just nonsense. Comics are already for kids. Okay. What you're here for. So, we get a couple rehash panels here from the previous comic where our heroine, Naomi, is chewing out the 10-foot super giant hulking figure. This just kind of comical. This guy is obviously not human. Like, look at this. His bicep is bigger than her body. Just, it's so ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway, so we get the scene chewing out. Turns out that it's kind of partly him reminiscing and then part Naomi confronting him. And we see this picture and it's very... Ooh, who is she? Focus. I make fun of Zach all the time when I can't do this. Was that Naomi's mother? Oh, no. Who's this guy? He's really sad. Who is she? Naomi asks. This guy is breaking down. There's my dog, by the way. She's sleeping. Having a dream. Is she my biological mother? And then he's just like, this isn't that. This is... Are you my father? Let's look at his face. Aw, kid. And I've said this before in my previous reviews of the book. This artist is super talented. Not only is his work visually, the aesthetic is just amazing. And Sean Gordon Murphy, you're not the only one who can draw cars, apparently. But he just captures emotion and he's cinematic. This guy is going to be a rock star artist in the future. We see Naomi's pressing for her mother. Kid, I'm not your father. And she's just like shocked. She's been pressing all along. She is not your mother. We are not your parents. In fact, it's impossible. Stop. Stop this. And she's just all let down because she thought she had figured out the case. Well, turns out, and she asks, are you human? This kid has an active imagination. A superhero complex, I guess. And so D starts to tell his life story. Now, I'm going to warn you, I've already spoiled stuff. I'm going to continue to spoil stuff. there are secrets that are resolved here, but in true Bendis fashion, he delays satisfaction. It's just like, third issue, do you think we're going to have some explanations? No. We're going to have a little bit of stuff, but it's not stuff we cared about. Well, we kind of care about it, but it's not really the big thing. You get alluded that you're going to learn about her, but you don't. So we get D essentially telling us his story, and dun dun dun, he's Thanagarian. There he is. There's his love of his life, and he talks about they were a super elite team of Thanagarian warriors. And look at their fighting here, Gem World. Where's Young Justice right now? Oh yeah, they're in Gem World. Do you think there's going to be a crossover coming soon? Naomi meeting Young Justice, going to Gem World? I think so. Do you think it's possible Naomi's a Gem World person? That's what my guess is. So he's telling the story to her, and we see some flashbacks to scenes. And this is all kind of done Terminator 2 style, like, which is good. Fine. And he talks about how, they decided this war wasn't for them, so they were going to flee as, these lovers. And they knew about this portal that's at the bottom of the Dark Tower or whatever. Dun dun dun. Lead into Young Justice. How is Young Justice going to escape? This portal. So I have a feeling that our heroine here, Naomi, this is me speculating. I don't actually know from anything in the book, but I have a feeling Naomi is going to rescue Young Justice and then become part of them. Maybe their leader. Ooh. And so she keeps talking. And look at, so I'm going to praise this artist here. Watch this panel sequence. There's no words. So we see D and his love, and they're getting away. People are shooting at him. And just look at this panel sequence. Just great silent moment of heartbreak and tragedy. This is kind of cliche. It's been done before, but it was really done to great effect without any words. And then we get this awesome scene. Look at these clouds and the light. And we see D falling. Boom. And he looks up from the crater he made. And it shuts. And he's just... and it's dead. No more light. Wow. 2 pages, just amazing. And now he's just heartbroken. And I was gripped. I was reading this comic, and I'm not into Naomi. I don't think she's an interesting character. I don't care about her, really. But this comic was well written. It had my attention. It had me just gripped. Really compelling. I want a comic about this dude, honestly. He's just all heartbroken. And he's just like, look, I had to tell you this story because, of what I've gone through. I don't want you going through the same type of thing. And he empathizes with her. And then all of a sudden it's like light shines. It's, good Lord. And we see the big gates, the sliding door, garage door thing is open, and there's Mom with a baseball bat. Get over here. And she decides, we don't understand what's going on with her. She's all aggressive. She's taking her kid. We're leaving. Stop it. Midnight, you're not in bed. I find you here. Midnight, I can barely breathe. I'm so upset. Get in the car. Yes, ma'am. And then she confronts D. What the hell, D? And she's like, she came to me. What were you thinking? She's like smashing the table. And Naomi's just like, what the fuck? She's like, she came to me. Overpower you, did she? That isn't fair. It's insanely unfair. You know, and then she backhands him. It's like, whoa. And she's just shocked. This is the reader's expression. What's going on here? So they get in the car. There's Dad waiting. Pumpkin, just listen to your mom right now. And so you're like, what the hell? You see these evil faces. You're like, what's going on? And he's just like, I'm sorry. And they're still pissed. So there's obviously a big secret going on. And then we see the car ride. And once again, the story is told with emotion. And this is hard to do, I think. Especially as a writer, you got to trust your artist to be able to do this. And finally, we get the silence broken with Naomi. It's like, are you kidding me? Guys, speak. And so eventually, they drive her out to this spot. And it's, God, if I have to critique this comic, the fault of this comic is just how drawn out this is. So many panels to relay simple conventions. You know, they got a secret to tell her, so they're driving her out to a secret spot. And then it just but the artist does really well with this, with the different camera angles to keep it interesting. And I don't really like this, but I guess I'm on for the ride. I'm just going to keep going and read it. And it is keeping me gripped. I just think that all three of these issues so far could have been probably condensed into one issue. But this is the best, like I said. And every panel, I wasn't bored. I was constantly like, what's the next thing? It had me going. For once, it felt like there was a plot. So Dad takes her to this cave, and she's a little worried at first, and he kind of has a funny line about, look, for 17 years, I've taken care of you. I changed your diapers. I didn't do all that so I can murder you in a cave right now. So he takes her in the cave, and he pulls out this thing and lights it up, and she's like, Dad? And dun dun dun, spaceship! And she's like, is that the spaceship that you found me in? No, baby. It's the spaceship I came in. Twisteroo! Oh, because, she thought she was Supergirl, and she came in from Krypton, and the readers kind of were thinking that too, and I'm sure Bendis was writing. And, it's actually he came. An alien adopted the human girl. Get it? Get it? And that's just the beginning. So, Naomi is brought to you by these fine gentlemen and lady, Jessica Chen, sorry. Naomi created by Bendis, Walker, and Campbell. Jamal Campbell is the artist. This was a good book. I probably didn't really convey it. I didn't want to read to you the book. This is one of those types of things that the plot isn't... I can tell you the plot. I kind of zip through it. But you're going to enjoy probably reading all the dialogue and going through the emotions of the book like I did. But I'm surprised. I don't really have many things negative to say other than it's really kind of stretched out. The dialogue can be a little bit too Whedon-esque, wannabe Whedon-esque, just it's too sitcom-y. It feels like trying to write real. I don't know. It doesn't ring right. It feels too quippy, but whatever. Like I said, the art in this is so amazing, and not just be from a visual style. These aren't just like pinups. It actually conveys emotion. The writer, the artist is selling the story here, truly. And I'm on board so far. The first issue I was like, man. The second issue I was like, oh, it's a little better. Okay, and then third issue I'm like, oh, okay, now you have something. Now I feel like this is a graphic novel. If you notice, the panels, the starting panel, and I said this on the second issue, it just takes right off. So when you put this all together in one book as a trade, there's not going to be gaps. You're not going to have the last time this happened. It's just going to flow like one big book. And I think that'll be a good thing for the trade. I don't know if that's great for comics, but if you are invested in it, you are getting every issue, it'll work. It's not something that lets you jump in, but this is a good book. It's selling like dog crap, and they're stopping it after issue 6. And I say stopping because they say they're not canceling it, that it's just going on hiatus, but it's probably being canceled. It's just selling really bad. So, but check this out maybe. This might be up your alley. If you do like Bendis style books, if you do like the more millennial style, new, young hipster kid books, whatever, this is well done. And I thought I was going to be roasting it, and there's not really much to roast. I was really impressed with a lot. It's not perfect, but for the right audience, I think this is going to be a solid recommend. It's not a 10 out of 10, though. This is no Watchmen or Dark Knight Returns. This is, I would give this 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 sounds pretty good. 7 or 8, depending. If you're this type of audience, 8 out of 10. But if you're a regular normie person, 7 out of 10. So, whatever, you don't care. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment, feedback, whatever. You know the drill. See you next time.